had such a weird end to the summer transfer window. I feel like they were relatively quiet the whole window, and then the last few days, they pick up Romelu Lukaku, Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore as their notable transfers. But the biggest story coming out of the Italian club, Osimhen, the Nigerian striker. He ended up at Galatasaray on a loan move after a permanent transfer to both Chelsea and Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia broke down. That relationship looks completely destroyed. And now Napoli head into the season with a lot of question marks. So today, I'm taking over as Napoli manager, and I want to see how they go not only this year, but for the next few years. I want to see if we can take them and make them Champions League winners. So yeah, this is what the default starting 11 looks like with the new transfers in. You got Neres, you got Lukaku, you got McTominay, all in the squad, Borginho. I updated a lot of the transfers, but of course you can't update loan moves in career mode. So I've got Osimhen loan listed. I'm interested to see who, if anybody, comes in for him on a loan transfer. But next year, in season 2, I'm definitely selling him permanently. I mean, Inter Milan have come in for him, but I don't want to send him on loan and keep him in Italy. All right, he almost went to Arsenal in the Premier League, or he almost went to England, rather. I don't want to send him out for 2 years, though, because I want to have that money for next year so we can try winning a Champions League next year. 1 year loan, Arsenal are cool with it. We'll foot the majority of the wage bill. I'm not too mad about that. Let's see if this one can get over the line. It's not quite Galatasaray, but we get it over the line a lot quicker than I expected, to be honest. Osimhen heading to Arsenal on loan for the year. I'm hoping he gets some decent growth and we can sell him on for a crazy amount of money next year. But for this first season, I'm not going to be doing any transfers. Napoli had a pretty active transfer window, so I want to see how that pans out. And I've also disabled the Champions League here in season number 1. I don't think it would be fair if I did 0 transfers and we ended up winning the Champions League with Napoli. And to be fair, they finished 10th last year anyway, so Napoli not playing any European football, which is actually a massive downfall given how good they won Serie A the year before. That is a huge crash out. But one change I will be making this year, I'm going to convert Neres to a right winger. He goes up to an 81, and I'm going to have him as my starting winger ahead of Politano. Let's see if we can get Champions League qualification again back to Napoli. Maybe Napoli don't need me. Maybe they got this figured out all on their own. We have won Serie A in our first year at Napoli. It's definitely my tactics. Definitely my tactics. The board built up the squad with the signings. I've just come in and put the magic touch on it. That's what I'm going to go with. But with just 4 losses all year, we beat out Inter Milan and win the league on goal difference. I'm happy we didn't give them Osimhen. Roma right there as well. But I'm happy because that means Champions League football is heading back to Southern Italy in season number 2. And I genuinely think we could give it a red hot crack at winning next year. Relegation zone. I have updated the league so it's the same teams as real life this year. Venezia and Como go straight down and they are joined by Lecce. Unfortunately, we lost the Super Cup to Lazio, and Atalanta win Coppa Italia. We went out in the semi-finals to good old Atalanta. Shouldn't really come as a surprise, but Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian winger, bagging himself 35 goal contributions this year. Politano ends up taking a lot more game time than Neres, gets himself 25 goal contributions. Lukaku with 17 goals there. I'm going to be very interested to see what I do moving into next season and how we can put our own spin on this squad. Victor Osimhen, he goes up 1 overall on his loan move at Arsenal, valued at 120 mil right now. Curious as to whether that goes up when he comes back, but I'm definitely looking to sell him. Merely just a warm-up of a season though. I'm excited to get in and actually put our own touch on things heading into season 2. Our budget is already ridiculous before even selling Osimhen. Also, I know it's on dollars. I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally loaded it up as dollars instead of pounds, but it is what it is. We're at the end of the game cycle anyways. What is the valuation of old mate Victor Osimhen right now? It is 112 mil. I'm happy with getting anywhere around that marker, but I genuinely think if we can make some smart decisions here and upgrade in some key areas, we could have a squad that could quite legitimately push for a Champions League title this year. At least that's what I'm striving for. But we're going to get the transfer business underway nice and early here to start the second season. Technically our first signing as Napoli manager. It is for the Italian left back, Destiny Udogi. Is it realistic? Probably not. I think he's going to be at Tottenham for a while, but he suits our needs and the way we play right now. I do intend on having a bit of a clean out this year though. Get some money in for some of the older players like Mario Rui. 33 years of age, we still get just shy of 20 mil for him. And the same thing with Leonardo Spinazzola. Joined Napoli in real life this year, but now a Chelsea man. Matteo Politano leaving us here at Napoli, but staying in Italy, heading to Roma. Pascal Mazzocchi heading to Monza for just shy of 6 mil. And the Kosovonian centre half Amir Romani is also staying in Italy. This might be a dumb move, but we're going to sell him to Juve. Quite ironically, the man that was standing next to him in that press conference is the man who is going to join us. It is Bremer. We have paid $115 million. Don't forget it is dollars. It's still a lot of money, but it is a huge pickup. I'm curious though, the Romani transfer is directly below us. Is it still going to show Bremer next to him? It is not. It is going to switch it up, and they've got Vlahovic next to him instead. I was hoping it was going to tweak the game out. Still no offers in though for Osimhen, which I find quite interesting. Surely there's got to be one coming soon. Quite literally 2 days after I said that, we get one for Victor Osimhen, but I don't want to sell him to another Italian squad. That's just going to bite us in the ass. I'm rejecting that one. One of the new summer signings, Billy Gilmour, will be leaving on a loan, staying in Italy, heading to Fiorentina for the year. And now Inter Milan come in for Osimhen. I don't want him to go to Inter or AC Milan. Honestly, I don't want him to go to another European club. I would love if things were realistic and we had a Saudi club come in for him. But as we get further and further through this transfer window, we are only getting offers from other Italian clubs and we're starting to run out of time. All right, but then Arsenal come in for him. I guess I'm going to have to accept it because we are quite literally on the 27th of August. But even without the Osimhen money yet, we have enough to sign a massive midfielder late in the summer transfer window. I'm switching up the formation to a 4-3-3 holding formation, and we are going to splash the cash on the Portuguese midfielder Vitinha from PSG. $108 million for the Portuguese midfielder. I'm excited to have him around. And there it is. It took until deadline day, but the Nigerian nightmare Victor Osimhen is finally no longer a Napoli player. I would never do this in a traditional career mode, but it's a part of the storyline. It's probably going to happen in real life next year. Osimhen, now an Arsenal man. And whilst we ran out of time to use that money this transfer window, it's going to allow us to make some massive moves in January if we want to. This is the current starting 11. Big first half of the year, I would say, especially for Zambo and Gisa and Neres, both 82 overall, both in their late 20s. Could make massive upgrades in both of those positions. We do have a whole stack of depth though, which I'm very excited about. Our first Champions League run, it is probably a good thing that Osimhen didn't go to Galatasaray like real life, because we have been drawn up against them, Dynamo Kiev and Newcastle United in Group H of the Champions League. Can we keep the dream alive of a Season 2 Champions League win with Napoli? Let's get into January, find that out, and see how some of those guys are performing. Bang! You love to see it. Napoli, or rather Galatasaray, without Osimhen. And not even a threat. We get just the one loss in the entire group stage, which came to Dynamo Kiev, which I'm just going to put up to being a slip. But we are out of Group H and into the Champions League round of 16 for the first time in this video. Who do we have in the last 16? We have got a favorable draw. Sparta Praha. We can't take them lightly, but this is definitely a much better draw than a Man City, a Real Madrid, or a PSG. Things not going too great in the league, though. We need to get ourselves up into the top 4. I want to be going for back-to-back titles, because this is the first year where I feel like I've actually got my hands dirty and I've got a full print on the side. I think Neres might have just made my mind up for me. Submitted a transfer request, 82 overall, hasn't grown. Meanwhile, Zambo and Gisa has got himself up to an 83 overall, so I'll keep him for this year. And I think I'm going to throw, or not even throw Neres on the transfer list, but listen to transfer offers. We managed to get $46 million for David Neres. That is so much more money than I expected. I know he has that something special status symbol, but $46 million for him. We're going to have an insane amount. In fact, how much money do we have? We've got $163 million to now go and spend on a starting right winger. I want to get one of the world's best. I want to go all out for a Champions League title here and now. I don't think I've used Rodrigo at all this year. I don't think I've used him in a single rebuild in FC24. I may be wrong, but nothing comes to the top of mind. So why not use him now? This may be one of the final rebuilds that I do on FC24. Why not get the Brazilian winger into the club? That is a massive boost to our Champions League hopes. $157 million for Rodrigo. But let's see if we've done enough. Let's see if we have enough to go on a run in the Champions League. Sparta Praha, we should be beating them. On paper, we should be absolutely pounding them into the earth. But let's see how we go on the first leg in the Czech Republic. It is a 3-1 win. Rodrigo bags a goal. Lukaku and Simeone getting in the mix as well. That is a strong first leg to take to Naples. I doubt we bottle this. I hope we don't bottle it, but I doubt we do. 3-1 up here. Can we get ourselves into the quarterfinals and in a good position for an early season finish? I haven't had many rebuilds this year, I think, where I've completed it in 2 or 3 years. So let's see if we can get the possibility of that in one of our final rebuilds. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and enable post notifications, because if you're watching now, I'll give you the scoop. I'm going to have FC25 content on the channel next week. It's going to happen. Get ready, get excited, subscribe. Let's get a win against Sparta Praha. We get the 2-0 win. Simeone with a brace, no injuries, no suspensions. Onto the quarters. We will be heading to Germany though. It is Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League quarterfinals. 4 German teams remain in the quarterfinals. That is pure German domination. We are the only Italian team remaining. Lukaku a little knackered as we get ready for this first leg. Hopefully though he has enough in the tank to at least put in an hour's performance. Simeone coming off the bench has been doing a job. But here we go. Dortmund versus Napoli, and we are 2-1 behind. Their centre-back, Hanko, is going to score a brace. That is actually ridiculous. 2-1 down, and a huge comeback necessary for a second leg here in Naples. All right, here we go. Can we get it done? Big performance necessary. Come on, Napoli. 2-1 down. 2-1 down. 4-2 winners. Oh my God. Varadaschelia is an absolute beast. Rodrigo Lobotka. 4-2. 4-2. We do it in regulation time, and we are into the Champions League semi-finals. That is brilliant. Oh God. Things have gone up to a different level though. Manchester City. All right, focus up, fellas. Man City. Man City or Madrid, that is... Oh, there's not many good options. Come on, gents. Just do not go behind like we did against Dortmund. Strong first leg on the road. I will take a draw back to Napoli. I will take a draw. I will take a draw. I will take a draw. Rodrigo at the death. We score in the second minute. We equalize with 5 to play. 2-2. As we head to the Stadion Olimpico. Come on, gents. We've been good in second legs in this video. Let's keep that tradition going and book ourselves a spot in the Champions League final with Napoli. We do it on pens. Oh my God. The FC24 gods are trying to end the year strong. Vitinha equalizes and sends it to extra time in the 88th minute. Haaland missed a penalty. And if Bremer isn't suspended, then we're in a really strong position heading into this Champions League final. Come on. Please be Leipzig in the final. We're not sure yet though. Leipzig do have the lead against Madrid. Please hold on. And I don't see anything here for Bremer being suspended. That is perfect. And it is going to be Leipzig. RB Leipzig versus Napoli in the Champions League final. I'm not trying to say that Leipzig are an easy opponent by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not Real Madrid. I'm sure we can all admit Leipzig are not Madrid. No shit, Sherlock. And if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. Bit of an Italian domination here, though. Inter Milan winning the Europa League. Are we going to have another Italian? We are not. It's Nice winning the Conference League. We finish 3rd domestically, though. We end up clearing the top 4 easily. Monza in 5th. Fair play to them, but they were 14 points behind us. Juventus win the league without Bremer, and it is Cremonese, Empoli, and Cagliari getting relegated. Inter Milan win the Super Cup. We go out to Roma in the semis. And we lost Coppa Italia to Lecce. Really? Lecce beat us in the final. That is the definition of dropping the ball. Regardless though, fellas, I am absolutely buzzing to get into this Champions League final. A 2-season rebuild is on the cards. It hasn't happened many times this year, but I'm excited to see if we can make it happen right now. Excited to use Lukaku, but most definitely excited for our front three. Kvaratskhelia and Rodrigo feeding balls to Big Rom. Let's get into it. Let's witness it. Champions League final, here we go. Rodrigo on the counter attack. I see Di Lorenzo. We need to use him a lot. There's so much space for us though. Cut it back. Lukaku! That is a dream start. RB Leipzig overcommitting men. We hit them on the counter attack, pick them apart, and Romelu Lukaku gives us the dream start. That's the thing. I've used Di Lorenzo in rebuilds in the past. He is so good for counter attacking. Oh, he just picked that off. Rom, ball roll. Oh, he's offside. Elmas driving through. I tried to block it. They've done us nicely there. Just chaos in the box, but somehow it ends up with us. And we've just taken ourselves out here. Elmas block. It falls to Seiska. That's a huge tackle. Oh my God, I've just been done there. I need to smother it. I need to smother it. He tries to dink it. He doesn't dink it well, but they get the follow-up. They get the follow-up. That was crap. We just need to throw our bodies at that and clear it away, but Leipzig get an equalizer. Oh, now Seisko, just defend it, Jarrad. They lay that one there to Elmas. We've lost our shape completely. Big save, Merit. And they get that. They get that. Are you actually kidding me? Oh my God, I'm pissed. Vitinha, we need to get some life back into this one. Going to Rodrigo. Rodrigo shoots and rockets it off the post. Oh my God. Seisko, good save, Merit. Lukaku, nice ball. Nicely done. Lukaku's in behind. Romelu Lukaku finesses. Big Rom has himself a brace. He's been so clinical in front of goal. We needed that one, fellas. We needed that one. All tied up here at Wembley Stadium. Pender in the box. Nah, shoots that one. Get that, Merit. Hold on to it. I see that run being made. Timed it well there. Oh my God, please. Be smart. Drive in. Just keep driving. Cut it back. Pass it again. Shoot it. Oh my, Rodrigo. Rodrigo. Oh my God. I was so focused right there. Rodrigo in the 88th minute. I thought I might have gone one pass too many, but Rodrigo might have just won us the Champions League final on the counter-attack there. We have been absolutely all over Leipzig when it comes to counter-attacks. They've committed way too many men forward. Too many men. There's too many men. Too many men. And we have made the most of it. Rodrigo might have just won us the Champions League final. Gotta say as well, great decoy run from Lukaku to drag those players in. I'm getting the fresh man on as well. Getting some defensive legs. Scott McTominay on to hopefully hold on to this lead. And that is exactly what we do. From despair to pure ecstasy, we have successfully rebuilt Napoli here in FC 24. And it is going to be Giovanni Di Lorenzo, the man instrumental to our first goal in this final. And one of my favorite players to use in FC 24, wearing the captain's armband, is going to lift the Champions League title that is going to successfully call this rebuild complete. Lads, if you enjoyed this Napoli rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.